Kansas City is certainly no stranger to locally brewed craft beers. Most of the hops that go into those beers are shipped in from thousands of miles away. But as the Now KC's Tara Hall discovered, a group of local farmers now partnering with a local brewery to try to change that.
Yeah, so this was a fun story that I got to do. Now, beer hasn't been made in Kansas City with Kansas City hops in more than a century, mainly because hops don't do very well in this part of the country. But now Boulevard Brewery is working to change that by tapping its first ever truly local beer.
A fragrant green bud is cropping up in the metro.
I think that's pretty good.
But it's not the one you're probably thinking of.
We are the only hops growers in the region that we know of that are commercially producing hops.
While local beer companies brew their craft suds right here in the metro, the hops they use commonly come from thousands of miles away, places like Washington State and even Belgium. But this year, Boulevard Brewery is changing things up by tapping its first ever truly local beer made from the green buds grown at the Royal Hops Yard just 30 miles away.
With the new local fresh trend in the Kansas City area, we're just taking advantage of that.
Decent aroma. Decent, but not pungent.
The name of the pour? Pale ale brewed with local hops.
There are attributes to having fresh hops in your beer that you can't get with a frozen or dried product.
There are 4 aroma compounds. 2 of them are very volatile and don't survive the drying process. So if you can use fresh hops, you get more aroma.
More aroma can influence the taste of the batch, which can make for a better experience for beer enthusiasts.
It will be, I think, the first time since the turn of the century that anybody has brewed a beer with hops that were grown locally.
Which puts a new spin on the local farm-to-table or glass movement.
All right, right now Boulevard's Pale Ale with local hops is only available on the tap at select bars. Another way you can get in on this locally grown and locally brewed craft beer movement is to sip some suds at a microbrewery.
Sounds like a pretty good weekend plan, don't you think?
A great weekend plan, and I just want to say for the record, this is my 3rd beer story.
It's your beats. It's becoming your beats.
It's my new beat. So
you have the beer beat.
Next week we'll see what I can bring you.
All right, we'll see what you can do. Thank you, Tara. Well,